again. So centre-wise for me is absolutely fine.
Yep.
Obviously ball's going to be forward.
Yep.
Shoulders and hips are going to be tilted because that ball is forward and your spine angle is behind the goal, which is great. Like I say, with a drive, a little bit of sway
Not too bad.
is okay. If we look at the one on the left-hand side here now, you're already moving back there now. Pull that club, gets halfway back, and then you just keep going as the body keeps rotating. And now for me, that's moved too far in, and now you're over to that left foot, just a little bit too far. That ball's a long way right of you, as you would be looking down yourself. So to get back that goal ball requires, in a sense, a lot of lateral movement this way, or an extreme amount of reach for the golf ball. Both of which is going to be an inconsistent way of doing it, because you've either got to guess the reach or have a move back, less reach required, and then it's just always... The ones you time well, they go miles, because you get a bit of extra sort of whip with the movement laterally, and then you get a good contact, but it's 1 in 5, 1 in 10, and the other ones aren't so good. They're going to cost you more shots than you're going to gain with the good ones, okay? So this one here now, you can see a lot more stable as you're going back. There's a little bit of sway there, which I think, to be honest with you, is just more range of motion. You're turning there as your right shoulder and your chest going, big arms and shoulders and chest. As that comes round, your head's kind of got to go a little bit. It's attached to your shoulders after all. It can't stay perfectly still for the most part. There's going to be a little bit of movement, but at least at the top of the backswing here now, this knee is certainly a lot less kicked in. You're kind of more inside your left foot there a lot better, in a position where now you can actually reach the golf ball without the need of reaching. And it's interesting, we said, when you were swinging the irons, the first sort of half dozen irons you hit, you were striking it lush. Really good strike, because it's the club you're confident with. When you pick up a club that you feel, oh, here we go again, your mindset now is more in terms of, oh, just please go straight, or don't go left, don't do this, and then you kind of forget that conscious thought about not swaying, and the sway creeps back in. So that kind of indicates to me that the sway at the moment is what we call the sort of conscious confident. You can do it, but you've got to think about it. As opposed to when it becomes the unconscious, you just do it, like I say, like riding a bike or brushing it, anything. You just get in a car now, you drive a car. You don't think about, I've got to put my foot down the clutch or change gear. You just do it, okay? And that sort of thing. So we can get a little bit of practice with, and that's why I say we can go through the bag, try different clubs, work on different areas of the game there, so we see which club is going to work better or worse. And what we will find then, when we clubs we get to, like the drive, as you said, and clubs we're not as familiar or friendly with, if the sway starts coming in a little bit more than we need to, then we can be aware of that.
Okay.
And like I say, with any change that you're making, especially the driver, because you want to whack it as far as we can, and I'm one of the guys who want to do it, we're all in the same boat, to be fair.
Yep.
We want to create club head speed. If we're doing it with losing control, losing balance, and that foot up on its toe there on the left-hand side there, if we try to do it flat out, what you'll see as you come back down the ground, the heel, I don't think as it hits the ground, it might just tap it a little bit within split seconds off the ground there, so your weight now almost on both feet on tiptoes, and now your weight just goes back on that heel, so you tend to be leaning back on that with a stretch. So your foot action now is more up and then backwards, not really moving to target, required then a stretch, okay?
Yeah.
What we want to try and do is get that right heel a little bit more, as we can see. This was about a sort of 70% swing, I think it was. You can see the right foot there saying a lot more grounded, movement more to the left-hand side there.
Everything's moving that way, isn't it?
Exactly, and it's all kind of moving the same way. The club goes out with the foot, the heels, the knees, the weight, everything's going together, which in some ways gives the impression to a lot of people they're swinging slower. It seems less effort when things are kind of working together. If I do this and go the wrong way, there's more effort for my hand to get this way because I'm going against it with my body. So it feels there's more energy and effort being utilised. We're actually getting less to the golf ball. When things are kind of working together, okay, it feels smoother. We associate smooth with being slow. When very often it's not a slow club head speed, it's a more efficient, just you're not putting so much effort into the shot.
It's fluid, isn't it?
Exactly. You look at the tall players, they're giving it a good old whack and stuff, but there's a nice smoothness to a lot of their rhythms because actually rotating, everything's working in sync together, okay?
Yeah,
so try to get a little bit less sway with the drive we can do, and we're going to get a lot more rotation there. As you're coming down to the swing thought or the swing feeling, hands and arms coming into the body here now a little bit closer rather than that sort of reach. I know on here you're not going to see that, it's the reach, as we said, out towards here, not reaching sort of side. You want width sort of across the body this way, but we don't want to be reaching out for the golf ball, which you had to do when you were back here somewhere because the ball was further away from you. And the ball's further away, you got to do something. You either toe end and it shoots off to the left there, which could be one of the reasons why you're slicing again, or you just throw your arm to try and hope for the best. And
so we're relying on luck here, whereas this is more technique,
exactly, yeah. And that's the thing. I mean, and again, the good thing to think, okay, right, you hit some shots from that position there with the left-hand one, and they're pretty good. So you can hit the golf ball from, in some ways, a negative position or a harder position. So that some ways shows the ability that you have. You can hit the golf ball when you're making it harder for yourself. if we can make it a lot more efficient and easier, hey, the game's going to be a lot easier for yourself, isn't it? That's the thing.
That's the plan. Mate.
Exactly, mate. Good stuff. Okay.